Well, hello there, all you gutsy solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, and business owners, SIBOs, out there. For today's video, I thought I'd try something just totally different, just because, well, I can. And I want to switch things up from time to time so everybody doesn't get too comfortable, I suppose. Too, well, let's be honest, bored. So for today, I'm just going to fire off 5 quotes from Steve Jobs that I believe have to do with entrepreneurship. At least they've really helped me as an entrepreneur, and I'm sure they'll help you, especially to probably have them reiterated, because chances are you've heard them all. There's not much original coming from a guy that's been gone for a decade. So, without further ado, let's get cracking. Quote number 1, innovation is saying no to 1,000 things. Let's face it, folks, when you're building a brand, especially one that's pretty much the #1 brand in the world at this point, Apple, you're going to have to say no to a whole lot of things. A whole lot of things that even disguise themselves as opportunities. Because you need to stay the course. You need to stay the path. You need to make sure everything you're doing is totally down with what you're trying to do. It's following the vision. If, for instance, I'm sitting here saying I want to help entrepreneurs, I want to help all of you. If suddenly I get off on a tangent or off on a road and I'm not helping you anymore, well, somewhere along the line, I said yes to something I wasn't supposed to say yes to. So remember, saying no to 1,000 things is a big deal. It's a quality that the kids like to call discernment. Get good at that, the whole discerning things. Okay, let's get to numero dos. And now the second quote, and we'll see how many takes this takes me to get. You can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So you'll have to trust that somehow the dots will connect in your future. My goodness, I got that on the same take, the first take, and then I screwed that part up. Oh, such is the life of me. Anywho, this is this is held very true for me. When I look back at my life, becoming someone who is really into branding and helping people do this, it all makes total sense. My folks were business owners who, they struggled. They worked all the time and they worked just in the business. They didn't really work on the business a whole lot. That left an impact with me. I was somebody who loved strategy games. I would rather play those all day. I loved like when they had the little games on Nintendo, and it was, oh man, I can't even remember what they were called, but Romance of the Three Kingdoms type video games, stuff like that were just strategy specific. Stratego, Connect 4, Risk. These were my games. So I had those 2 things. And then, of course, I was basically raised being a smart aleck. That was just a way of survival in the house. So when I look back on those things, a strategy guy who was really impacted by my folks' business, who is a little off kilter, it all makes sense that that would coalesce into branding. Oh, and also, there is the whole graphic design and art aspect of my life. That's actually what the degree is. So it all just came together and made sense. And who knows? Maybe something else will happen and there'll be another dot that connects and everything. I can look back and say, wow, that really made sense because of this and that and the other thing. But that's kind of the idea. I can't look forward and figure things out, but I can see how everything transpired and got me here. So do your things. Figure out maybe what you've done in the past that led you to where you are. See if it's helping you out, and always trust that somewhere in the future, if it hasn't yet, it will all connect to help you out as an entrepreneur. Let's get on to the third one. And now the third one, which I won't have to explain too much about, remembering that you are going to die is the best way I know to avoid the trap of thinking you have something to lose. That's some pretty tough stuff, but if you really carry it through to its end, to what you really make of it, to what it means, do your thing and forget about the risk. Just power through, power forward, do what you can do in every aspect of your life, because yeah, in the grand scheme of things, damn it, Mom, you taught me that phrase. Oh, in the grand scheme of things, we're not here for very long, so everything you do, make it count, and don't half-ass a thing. All right, let's get to numero cuatro. That's right, I remember my Espanol nombres. Yeah, that one. And the fourth one that I am convinced we should all have plastered all over our offices, whether they're home offices or huge, enormous places on the 13th story somewhere, is I'm convinced that about half of what separates successful entrepreneurs from non-successful ones is pure perseverance. We need that quote everywhere. We need to know that, man, today sucks, or man, today's awesome. Whatever today is, you just keep powering through, because you have to. You need that success. You need to go out and make the difference and achieve that vision, or at least push toward that vision you're trying to make happen. That's the whole idea behind everything I do with Mayniax branding. And if you're really feeling it, if you've got that why dialed in, if you've got that vision that you're working towards, you know that you'll do it. But you got to power through. You got to do it, because some days suck. And we all know that because we've all been doing this for a while. Some days are awesome, but even on those days, don't rest on your laurels. Just keep persevering. Because, the guy that founded, the co-founder of one of the greatest brands in the world, the greatest brand of today, he did that. And that's kind of why I like to model a lot of what's going on around people like him, is because these are people that have pretty basic principles that they lived by, and they crushed it. So, this is one of those times, one of those very few times that I think to myself, maybe I shouldn't try to reinvent the wheel on this one. Maybe I just power through. Whew! All right, let's get on to number 5. Cinco, in case you thought I didn't know that one. And the fifth and final quote from the great Steve Jobs, at least that I've got for this video, is actually from I Am Amitabad. And if I killed that, I'm so sorry. I hate getting names wrong. But I was looking it up on pronunciations before I recorded this video, and I think I nailed it. But the quote is, stay hungry, stay foolish. Jobs obviously popularized that quote, and I think all he means with that one is just keep persevering like we talked about, and take chances, take risks. Don't worry about it. It kind of goes back to when he said the stuff about knowing he's going to die is the best way he can think of to know he's really got nothing to lose. And I think that's a pretty powerful message. And I think stay hungry, stay foolish is about as simple as it gets. I also think, being an entrepreneur, that it's about as powerful as it gets. The whole simplicity thing, it's kind of underrated. So there you go. Those were 5 quotes from the late, great Steve Jobs. And there you have it, folks. If you have anybody else you'd like me to make videos about, talking about some of their quotes, what they mean to me, how I believe they apply to you, or maybe you can get a hold of me and say, hey, this is what they mean to me, and I can feature that in one of these videos. But if you're digging this kind of video, make sure to leave a comment, like, subscribe, follow, share, do all the things. Let the people know what's going on. Maybe definitely let me know who you want to hear about. That would be good stuff. And of course, If you're digging the video and if you want some branding help, make sure to check out Mayniax Branding on patreon.com, where I'm teaching people how to actually build their brands while also being available for specific brand questions that would address yours specifically. It's a good thing. I like it. It makes me feel like I'm pursuing that vision. So that's all I got for this time. So until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, have fun, stay gutsy, gang.